over towards playground. Very, very quiet. Art's pick will spot a few, and that's some early information for Furia to work with. He is the lone defender on this A site. He's pushed into connector. This is a quick rotation from Furia. They're taking space.
They absolutely are, but the entirety of Liquid now a little later to the party. Oh, and Art starting a party. One click of his mouse, twists head, knocked off his shoulders. Grim wants to fight as well. Art gets info. He's paranoid. Knows party's a possibility, but Liquid surging forward actually towards the A site. At the moment, it seems like they've got a fair share of their CT resources in the right place, Chad.
Yeah, they're giving them the side here, though. So crossing, Yuri and Art are letting them in. Everybody peppered now as Vinny will find Grim. Art onto Nap, and this is falling apart.
Here's the Liege is down to 38. You'd have to find something. Queserato putting bullets. Oof. Swift bullets into two heads. That puts Furia's first on the board.
Yeah, and if we just have a look at this, Queserato was the other player we featured in that head-to-head, right? He's the highest rated player for Furia so far in this tournament. Henny's not too far behind him in terms of the rating-wise, and then Stewie just comes into the mix there to round things out for Team Liquid. And I think that's great to see Queserato having a good performance here internationally. It's not that he was playing poorly in North America. It's just that my eyes were more drawn to the Arts and Hennys of the world when Henny was clutching and Art was doing the high progression. And Yuri, I think, was actually one of their best players domestically. So there's a lot of firepower within Furia.
There is, and I mean firepower. We switched to Grim as well for Liquid. He was added here. I really want to see him have a good performance against Furia today. He was added for the firepower element, and I want to see the Triumph or ex-Triumph player really justify the transition and the loss of Nitro tonight. It is only Glocks. A P250 for Elise, treating himself right.
Yeah, that means the AKs will come out next round for Liquid as Yuri. He takes a little bit of a sneaky beaky push-up connector, gets himself two, and the cavalry's here. Queserato and Henny will melt away the last few, and that's the second round on the board for Furia. Now, these AK-47s will come out for Liquid, and it can be a bonus round for Furia if they like. They have those SMGs. They're upgrading into an AUG for the hands of Art, and a technical pause has been called. So we'll just take a moment. I was just sitting down for so long, Alex. My bum went numb. You know how that happens? You know, you get the numb leg.
Yeah. You do a little, like, some stretches?
Yeah.
I think it's star jump formation. I don't know if you're interested in participating.
I don't know. You might hear that from up here. And you know my PC issues. I feel like if I jump, the whole thing might just turn off. So I'm going to keep it safe.
I don't know. Do you have a friend like Chad? Because I have a friend like Chad who... I have never witnessed someone who has touched so many independent PCs. Like, I'm talking, there has been about 10 individually built computers that this man has been given or, you know, given the chance to play Counter-Strike on. And I have never witnessed the consistency by which someone can acquire or achieve a blue screen of death. This guy is 9 out of 10 minimum on PCs, just straight up breaking on him. And we believe that, you know, if everywhere you go, it smells like poop, check your own shoe, Chad.
Okay, well, I am still wearing shoes right now, and they appear to be clean.
Why are you but in your bedroom with shoes on?
Because we're casting. It makes me feel like I'm at work.
Okay, I've got my Balenciagas here. I'll slip them on sockless.
Yeah, put them on. It'll feel like you're at work. It'll make, well, sockless. I don't know about that.
I hate that plan. I hate that already.
That's a terrible idea. But look, I don't know what my issues are when it comes to PC problems. I really can't tell you what that is because, look, I'm gonna be honest with everybody. I only play Counter-Strike. I'm not installing anything weird.
So what are you doing then? It must be a mouse fix or...
It can't be. I'm just rocking...
You got a sound card, some weird drivers?
No sound cards, okay. Nothing strange. I just use a standard keyboard. I got a standard mouse.
Do you always use the same config? Have you got some weird
No. I think that I am just cursed. I don't think that I'm technologically savvy by any means. Okay, sorry, everybody. The AKs are out, and a Galil for Stewie here. Let's get this one back underway as the technical issue has been resolved. And round number 3 of Furia versus Liquid can get underway. There's going to be 2 AUGs coming out, one for Henny, one for Art. I guess they're the budget AWPs at this juncture. Nice aggressive Molotov to condition some early utility out of Liquid, and they will do exactly that. Connector control looks like it is on the docket early here today. And we've been noticing a change right now in Overpass where a lot of teams are blowing up that squeaky door to give CTs a little bit of extra visibility to play with this T-side default and rotations.
I am intrigued as to where this bomb is going. So Grim's on the default. He's got lower. Yuri will be dueling with him eventually. Nav containing Monster. We've got Elise, Twist, and Stewie. This gruesome threesome. heading for party, heading for mid control. And Yuri could have, I mean, with just an MP9, this isn't a favorable duel, but on the flash, it works nicely. Incendiary dropped, stops the push, stops the punish. Elite is sent packing back to party, and far from celebrations for Liquid. They've conceded the first frag, and now Henny wants to add an extra bit of salt into the wound, and it's easy as that. Clicks his mouse onto Elige's dome. It's only 3 now for the North Americans.
That's a great team play there. Queserado's flash for Yuri right there came from the B bomb site. So setting each other up from the whole other side of the map away here, as it is over to that B site. And that's where Team Liquid want to finish. There's only one member left, and that'll be Vinny. He has to defend as the remainder of his teammates have rotated away. 30 seconds now. Smoke's about to fly out here from NAF towards Heaven. They've got a Molotov and a flash to work with.
Oh, I hate it. What do you do? Barrels molly. Okay, fine. That'll do. They don't have dreamy weapons. If you get a couple of headshots, it's Twists, and he's gone already. Grim only the one. Spells trouble for NAF. 3, make it 4 players closing in on his location. He does find the first, but that'll be it. Good to say his name early into this piece. It's 3-0, but very excited to see this effervescent in-game leader from Furia here on European soil displaying just how much he wants to stay here in the competition for the Global Challenge.
Yeah, and I think this has been like quite the year for Furia, right? Obviously moving into the realms of online, I think has helped get them back in the spotlight for sure, but it is still that work ethic. We've spoken about this, the likes of Heroic, Big. There's a lot of teams in that mix in 2020 who have just kept their down to the grindstone here and been able to get some good results off the back of that. Liquid.
Is he going to have a duel with that Deagle? He's paused in. Henny's not, though, crawling into the corner. I wonder if Elige's feeling... He's not going to check that, is he? That's such a prime position for the punish. Oh, he's hearing steps left and right. This should be a multi. First. Ooh, damage from the Tech 9. He's low. Stewie can't find the bullets, though. Eventually, his teammates do. Liquid filled the feed with 2. And a second from Twists. Game time here, Chaddy.
Yeah, this was just pistols they came in here. Twist actually with the light Kevlar, so he's operating pretty nicely now that he's got that AK-47. They 2 flashes remaining, and well, they've lost the Furia players. Queserado's forcing forward for some information here, and it will just be Vinny left over towards B.
Nav's got no armor. That could cost him. And look at the angle Vinny's holding. What a rat. As they walk in, crouch key held, unless they swing right. That could be the punish, and they have, but he adjusts nicely. And he gets them both neat and tidy. That's 4-0. Furia remain untouched, unscathed here on Liquid's pick.
Yeah, good job from Liquid to at least keep the rounds somewhat competitive. Those kills are going to be very important in making sure Furia's cash doesn't swell out of control. Sure, they've got enough to buy. They can drop a couple across. The reinvestment's going to be no dramas whatsoever, and the AWPs are even coming out. 2 of them. 1 for Art, 1 for Henny. As we've got the fan cams.
Look at the dog, dude. He's celebrating as well. There's Furia fans of every species.
Well, they're loving it there. If you want to join, I think it was IEM.gg/fancams.
We've got double AWP on the CT side. Art feeling frisky. That flash might deter him, but he sticks around. 3 from Playground. Yeah, he checks it. Might want to peace out. I don't blame him. He still wants to stick it. Flash from Liquid. Flashes. Yeah, that's fundamentals. So they can punish. Great shot. Stewie feels the feed for the first time. That's his first frag.
Hung around for a little bit too long there, Art, and it was a double AWP set up for A. So with 2 AWPs, easy to get isolated by those flashes, and now all the pressure's on Henny. The rotation from Furia is coming in. They've actually panic rotated 2 players straight back from that B site. The bomb's back very deep from Liquid, and there's a lot of time on the clock here, so no need to panic from Furia. This pace from Liquid, quite slow. They want to make sure that there's no re-aggression. Now back over towards Long, just checking out the upper bathrooms area. NAF regrouping with that C4.
Grim just behind look at their setup on A. It's so
a gamble sack. This is a full-on gamble right here from Furia.
If Liquid walk into this, I don't fancy their chances, Chaddy.
Even with a full execute, Furia have the advantage.
Shots fired. That's a good flash. Push on it. Grim's down already. Through the smoke, though. Twist feels the feed. Yuri a double as well. Oh! And a third. Good God, Yuri pops off, but it's not enough. Twist is triple. He was quiet yesterday, but he's very loud here in the 5th. That's a big first round for Liquid.
Very, very important stuff for them to pull that one off after getting that freebie that it felt against
Thank you,
Art.
Twist. Let's see this again. So replay looks great for Yuri. He finds 3 in quick succession, multiple angles. It was Twist, though, just trading on every single one of those into toilets, and that's good vibes all round. Fist bumps exchanged.
It didn't give him time to breathe right there, Twist, making sure that he didn't get too long to isolate that one-on-one. He took the information he had, he pushed on in, and as you can see, we are just operating with another one of these tech pauses. Just getting all of the bugs out of the system here early, and we should be back underway in no time whatsoever. So if you've missed it, during these tech timeouts, we will not be talking too much about the game. We'll keep things slightly off topic until we get back underway. Just a little, what was it? A suggestion from eSick, I think it was.
Yeah, oh God, dude, let's not get
I don't want to get in the trouble. I'm going to keep myself out of the hot water.
No, but we can talk about anything that's not Counter-Strike related.
And the people at home, they can't get mad at us this time, Alex, because we're doing it for gaming integrity. So we should. Do we have any fun topics?
I mean, I haven't got anything in the back pocket, but watch my brain work. Hang on. Do you know what the Wombles are?
The Wombles?
Yeah.
No.
You don't know the Wombles.
I know who the Wombats are. They're a band.
But you're unfamiliar with the Wombles.
So I can Google the Wombles.
Could you please?
I'm Googling the Wombles.
Thank you. Now, this was kind of before my time, but it was like definitely a cult classic in the way I believe you consider that Mr. Scribble or whatever you...
Mr. Squiggle? That's blasphemy, Alex.
Excuse me. I'm typing in Wombles as well because I'm not...
It's a British novelty pop group featuring musicians dressed as the characters from children's TV shows.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what about them?
Well, I didn't have anything specific, but I'm glad that there's a Wombling Merry Christmas song available. So I suppose I'm transitioning from my Wombles suggestion to more of a Christmas topic. Chad, are you feeling festive this year?
Not at all. I would say, like most of us, this is probably the least festive year of all time. I'm just curious how Santa's going to get in. And if he's going to be wearing his mask.
Honestly, I hope Santa is socially distancing with all of the elves in the grotto.
That's in the grotto?
Is it not a grotto? Or is that where we sit on the knee? Where do they build the toys then?
A grotto has different connotations for me.
Oh dear. Okay, grotto is something else for you Australians, you dirty birds.
I thought they were just in a house. I thought all the elves just lived in a house.
What, like a little 2-bedroom suburbia?
Yeah, well, it couldn't. Well, no, not like it's Santa Claus.
It's clearly a factory of some description, isn't it?
No, we can't call it a factory. Well, they're not getting paid, Alex. If we call it a factory, then the bloody labour laws are going to be all over them, mate.
Thank God it's time we can talk about Counter-Strike again. We really did go down a dark path. I apologize. Thank you for staying with us and being patient because Counter-Strike is the priority and Team Liquid rounds is the priority.
Free the elves.
Delivered. Okay. Twist just delivered themselves a lovely first with a clutch. Yuri, despite the triple kill, puts himself on the scoreboard nicely, but we are into our 6th.
All right, and it is a bit of a force buy situation from Furia here. A scout onto Henny, 2 M4s in play, and pistols for the other 2. They've pushed all their chips into the center of the table against Liquid here. Don't want to allow them to string too many rounds together. And Team Liquid, they need to take their time to identify what type of buy they're up against. Shui on the AWP. You're going to see him doing AWPing on some of the maps, and after some AWPing on other maps. And then on the CT sides, both of them will be wielding those bad boys. But aren't here using that shadow advantage on the cusp of the smoke, seeing if anybody wants to get a bit tricky. But there's a timer on that. And as it fades, Team Liquid push and force forward. Just going through the paces here. Counter-Strike ABCs on their default. Good flash work, and into bathrooms they trundle.
I like it. Henny's hearing a lot of that. And I wonder if it forces the rotate. It does. Yuri's on his way. 3 CTs, forced to A. Info in pursuit of Art. Baited in by Henny. Wants info, doesn't want to over-rotate.
It's good that it's using the USP, Alex, just to bait out the fact that it might be an eco. So him spamming that USP might be giving the wrong idea here to Team Liquid, who throw an aggressive Molotov, and now they've had a change of course back towards this B bomb site. 35 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have about 20 seconds by the time they entry into this site. There's going to be a smoke for Heaven and a flash for the site, but that's the only utility. And right now, on B, there's already 2 players standing and waiting.
Oh, they're rotating fast enough, though. Yuri, Henny, both on the way. The cavalry will be there in time. 20 seconds. Naf, the spearhead, looking for blood. Knife out through the smoke. This is ambitious. Henny's flash. Good one. It's a team flash, actually. Yuri gets him. Keserato can't trade, and 3 in the feed. He gets shut down eventually. He leads to trade. 5 seconds. Where's the bomb? It doesn't matter. A bloodbath on B.
Wow, I don't know if this is a new approach from Liquid or what, but yesterday against Na'Vi, we saw them playing these ultra late round scenarios, and the same thing again here against Furia. And if that's their game plan coming in against Furia, let's deal with any of that early CT-sided aggression, then we'll regroup and hit a bomb site. I hope that they've gambled. Well, right there, they went into the stack. Furia made the right rotation, but it was too little too late. Just some good light utility work there to get them into the site, and it looks like Furia will have to just take a full save. So USPs for all 5. And a late Zeus from spawn from Art here. Might be able to take this one with a little bit more pace because Team Liquid should be looking good for their 3rd round here. Furia have to concede this one. They will be getting that $2,400 loss bonus into the next round. That will give them enough to justify a buy. Not a buy with any AWPs, mind you. Might they find a couple of frags here or steal one of these AK-47s away to make sure they're looking good for round number 8. Regardless, Naf will open things up. Cracks opens Henny's head with that MAC-10. And this is very good stuff from Liquid. It feels like they've had a clear game plan over towards bathrooms and long, just taking that area very diligently as they're going to destroy them down connector. Naf with 2 more. And the last man standing with that Zeus. Can he make this one?
Chances for one here. Come on. Oh dear. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh no. Naf is going to rumble this.
Never
All right.
mind.
Well, he's cancelled the dream. It will be 3 Liquid consecutive 3 rounds on this attack, and every single round they've won, they've had incrementally more players surviving. That against the USBs, they keep all 5, starting to build a bank now. And for Furia, Chad, I'll let you analyze this half-buy.
Yeah, okay. So as I mentioned, they wouldn't have enough money to get the AWP. So they've opted not to fully invest here. 2,900 in the next round with the residual cash they have left over means AWPs will be in play for Henny or Art. They might want to go for that double setup again, but they definitely want to get one AWP out. A lot of their gameplay does rely around these AWPs, so we're just going to see this mixed buy here. It's still dangerous from Furia, and Team Liquid might not be ready for the more aggressive maneuvers that they can get away with this Swag 7, the UMP in the mix.
Oh, I mean, this Liquid, I'm not saying they're prone to tilt. I'm just saying I am. And if Liquid were to lose this one, this would be a heart-wrenching Counter-Strike round to concede. It starts with Grim bailing them out of connector. Mag 7, threat eliminated. Now, they haven't fully invested here, Furia, so they are playing it as reserved as they can, hoping Liquid will give them just enough room. Stewie trades the tags. That's the scout versus an AWP, and his bullet hurts. Stewie working with 32. They'll gamble stack onto B.
They should be able to have worked out now that it is just this partial investment, right? They've seen a Mag 7 and they've seen a Scout. So they know that Fury will be getting the guns out again next round. But Liquid still have to close this one. And Fury have taken the gamble. They've headed back over towards B with all of their remaining players. Quesarado, Yuri, and Vinny. They're tucked in towards the site. They have some of this late round utility, but it's all going to be in vain. We can see on the radar in the top left, Team Liquid are continuing their assault onto A. Smokes, Molotovs, flashes, it all comes out onto the site now. The bomb should follow, and that 40-second timer should begin. Now, if you're Furia, you may as well hold on to what you've already invested. You're going to get that loss bonus anyway. You've already got Kevlar, means you don't have to reinvest in that in future rounds. The only player who I think might want to get in the mix would be Vinny, and that means he can get a couple of extra dollary dues with the kills on this UMP. But Liquid here, if I was them, if I was Jason Moses O'Toole as the coach in the background, I'd be making sure they're not overextending, they're not hunting at this juncture of the game. This is only round number 8. They're about to level things up 4-4 here, Team Liquid. And this is going to be 4 rounds on the trot, so bouncing back since that pistol loss. Things have been looking very good. Fury haven't really put up too much of a fight, and you just have to consider part of their buying pattern so far. We've seen a Force, we've seen them go into a full eco, and we've also seen them go into another partial investment here in round number 8. So finally, the full gun should come out as Grim silences Vinny.
Dude, that's going to really start building a bank for Liquid. That's 2 perfect rounds for them. Spotless. That's lovely stuff. Stewie hasn't lost the AWP, hasn't had to reinvest. Everyone's building around that $7,000 mark, and we do see a tactical timeout called by Furia. 4 rounds conceded in a row, makes sense. Chad, if you were A, capable of speaking Portuguese, and B, supporting Furia, how would you be able to analyze the 4 rounds you've lost here consecutively? It's only 1 gun round though, right?
Yeah, that's the point. So I think so far you wouldn't be too worried about how this has really transpired, but this is where you need to pick it up. You need to show a bit more of a convincing face here. That first gun round that they lost, Art overextended. And that is probably something we're going to say a lot with Art, right? We know that he likes to be this aggressive force. So those kind of plays, they're used to that happening. And now that they've finally been able to get themselves up to what will be the max loss bonus going forward if they continue to lose rounds, Furia might be able to get a couple more convincing gun rounds, at least to try and stop Team Liquid's assault. All in all, I think they can shrug this off, and the game hasn't gotten too far out of control. But let's see what their approach looks like going into round number 9. It's going to be a 4-man B lean, getting ready for a potential pace change right here from Liquid. But as we can see, it's much of a muchness. Back down to this more default spread. Watching Connector peppering the standard utility as Yuri has taken so much damage pushing that short Molotov.
Yeah, but look how much info he's going to get off of this. He's taking a gamble. Pushes into his own team smoke. 2 of them backing up and a deep smoke into Underpass. Liquid are going to lose a lot of space here, and it's going to be about mid-rounding their way back into the round. Underpass lost, Twists towards Fountain. I'm opening up my map to try and breathe this one in. So Art's responsible for long. 3 of them taking and surging towards Penny's position. He is vulnerable. He's committed to this. He has a degree of support from Art, but he's got long to be concerned about. I love it. Great shot from Elige. Costs him dearly. 2 HP. He's fully committed. Fully. K-Serato wants to bail him out. What util you got? Nothing. Elige is about to challenge him. Oh, a miss! And that's a nasty death. This spells trouble for Furia.
Yeah, Furia are trying to stand and fight here. They're trying to get this opening kill time and time again instead of dropping back when they've been forced out by this Team Liquid presence and utility. But that's at least a trade. But they're on to B. Look at this, Alex. No one's home besides Vinny.
And with an M4A1, he's got 25 bullets and a dream. Naf.
Nice. That was quick stuff from Naf there. That's the round over. This has to be the save call. Furia not having a great time of this over towards A. So like I mentioned at the start of the game, we have seen Overpass meta starting to shift with a lot more teams blowing up that squeaky door. So the CTs can keep an eye on these tricky T-side rotations, try and take the space away, harass through that connected position, never allow the T-side to feel safe. But if they keep losing these picks over towards the front of bathrooms and long, that means Furia are always going to be in limbo, right? Where are we going to rotate? Where are we going to stack? They have to drop back from that more forward connector position. And they're even hunting right now. Twist wants blood. He wants to take this AWP away. Missed shot, but a nice frag from Twist. He's going to finish off both already. Better stuff, better scenes today from Twist. He's been hitting those heads.
The PM servers, bro. Didn't like what happened yesterday. Didn't like his under contribution. And wants to prove his point here against Furia. He's familiar with the opponent. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, this is one where they definitely need a big performance from a few of the stars here on Liquid. Elige needs to step up in a big way. The same for Twist. We need Naf to be looking spicy. I've spoken about how Grim has actually been one of the highest rated players for Liquid since they've been in Europe. And that's really saying something. He's the rookie as far as international soil goes. The other four, were part of the team that won the Intel Grand Slam in record time. It's just been another one of these pistol upgrades for Furia. This is not looking great.
No, great nades. Really great nades. Look what the fights they're forcing. The flash though, and Vinny causing problems. AK recovered and Liquid scrambling out of Underpass. Furia, they've recovered 2 AK-47s for that exchange, courtesy of his Desert Eagle. 50 caliber rounds delivered straight to Twist and Grim.
Okay, well, this really slows down now for Liquid. They know that there was more presence over towards Connector and likely that guns have been picked up there. And they're actually heading back over towards B. If Yuri keeps pushing, but he clears towards Playground as opposed to back towards the... Ooh, if he's heard that footstep on Elige, that might force a rotation.
Yeah, if he keeps this, he's holding W to a degree. He's paranoid about Playground. Okay, so if he goes this way, Liquid have got so much time. We'll focus elsewhere.
Yeah, they've heard the nades now, so at least he's going to get here after the bomb's gone down, so Liquid will be contained towards this B site. But do Furia want to go for this, or they just want to hold on to these AKs? Elige is already watching the flank. This is not an easy duel for Yuri.
Far from it, with 25 HP as well. Elige, how are your reaction times? Okay, scary. Gets it, and that will be the save. So it's 2 AK-47s for very little. They'll take it. They're forced the rebuy. Liquid, however, have got a swelling bank account.
Yeah, they are looking very, very good. Consider this. It's now going to be 6 on the trot for Team Liquid here. They've already got what should be considered par for the course on a T side of Overpass. 6 rounds is great, and that's without winning the pistol. So anything they add on here would just be the cherry on top, cream to that cake. And I find it very difficult to see how Furia are going to get back into this if they continue this same approach. They haven't really done too much team-based stuff in these forward positions over towards bathrooms and long. They've been picked off without that trade potential. The double ops will come back out for Furia now, and they do have those AKs, which means with that max loss bonus going forward, a couple of saves, yeah, they can be more gun rounds, but we need to start to see them looking threatening, or Liquid are going to run away with map number 1 here. To get back into things. Now it's just going to keep this conditioning over towards B with that standard Molotov and smoke combo.
Yuri? He loves it. Look at the smoke from Liquid almost aiding him in holding this.
Both teams dropped a Molotov conditioning over towards B, and both teams dropped a smoke to negate those Molotovs. So lots of utility being thrown out early towards B just for that back and forth tussle. But long has been taken again here from Liquid, and this time it's more passive on towards that A site from Furia. You can see they're tucked in deeper towards the toilet this time, not going to be caught off guard when they're posturing so forward, but having a double AWP set up on towards A, if one of these players missed their shot, that's the gap for Liquid.
That's the opener, Stewie. He's been hunting for that. Fires off another warning shot. There's 2 there. Ahead of the molly. Great shot from Yuri. He'll have to pay quite the price to retreat. But Grim's gone. Twist with a very sketchy spray. Asleep at the wheel, but Twist wakes up. Knocks the head off of Vinny. They're into the site now. There's a very bare rotation in Yuri and Queserato. It has to surely be the save call. They haven't got the funds.
This is looking very, very janky from Furia. I know this is Liquid's map pick, but it's just there seems to be very little cohesion, and they're getting picked off before the real threat of Liquid has started. It's just through this slow, methodical default, and they're finding the picks. They're not having any problems with hitting the shots right now, and that's the difference maker right here. Furia, they're not able to get that opening kill, and they're not able to trade on that opening death, right? And at that point, the dominoes begin to fall. Yuri does his best. It just feels like Yuri's running through bloody fire every round. The guy's getting hot feet.
Twist on 12, dude. 12 and 5. This is exactly what Liquid needed tonight.
Ooh, Naf might swing here on the bomb explosion.
He's got a 60. I mean, I know we don't care.
Ooh,
he actually gets it.
It's getting worse out there for Furia. And Queserato immediately buys an M4, so he could have dropped an AWP there. Interesting. Furia are going to talk this one through. They've taken their second tactical timeout here, and not having Gary in that coaching seat to potentially be able to help them out might be hampering Furia a little bit with some of their decision making. Maybe not really realizing where the gaps are. Players tend to have a tendency where they're like, oh, I just missed my shot. And there's only so many times that I can hear a player say that before you need to change the setup, right? And maybe that's the discourse that's going on within the Furia camp. Yeah, I missed my shot. I got unlucky timing. Well, they're 7-4 down now, and that's 7 in a row. So Liquid are looking great. You've got Naf up the top there as well with 10 kills. So Naf and Twist really with some good performances here.
Which way is it going? Looks like Art will be given the responsibility of the AWP this round. That's exciting for me. Wonder where he's taking it. Was any aggressive maneuvers? He's a little slow. They need to find an answer. Will it be the Art Classic? Liquid have plenty of presence towards this fountain area. They are descending as well to fight for this fountain. Look at the 2 of them. Oh, and the spray's not bad. He actually does tag up Yuri and looking to punish his Henny.
Surely he's dead.
Oh, and both of them fall. Furia, they tried to throw aggression into the mix, and it's been spat back in their face.
Yeah, this A-hold, they're trying everything right now, and nothing's working.
That'll do.
Yeah, that's one frag, but the trade straight there. Liquid have been great on this.
Good catch, Rush.
They are absolutely manhandling Furia right now, and at this point, in a 4-on-2 situation, just go back to the basics here, Liquid. Regroup. Hit a bomb site together with that truckload of utility you're towing behind you. Look at all of this. 3 smokes. Got 4 flashbangs, 2 Molotovs, everything you need. And Vinny, he's trying to be cheeky in that smoke. This phase, he should go down too. Stewie's found another, and that's it. That's the round done. What are you meant to do? Queserato, you're on the other side of the map. You've got this AWP. You have to save. But Team Liquid, look at their money. It's swelling out of control. They're getting the hunt. They're getting that chase.
He's have to drop something, Chad. Otherwise, he's going to be financially inefficient.
Oh, dear. Well, Twister's already on the hunt. He's really trying to constrict this rotation away from Queserato. They're even using teamwork in the hunt. This is a very well-oiled looking Liquid here. He's not missing now, is he? Twist is looking like a different player from yesterday.
Someone's giving him a good team talk. I mean, I'm not I'm not pointing fingers, I'm just saying.
Well, we'll put this one down to Jason Moses O'Toole.
That's
we'll give him some credit.
Jason Moses O'Toole.
Yeah, he sat him down. He said, "Listen, mate, I know you've got it in you. It's in that bloody spiky hair of yours." He probably didn't sound so Australian when he did it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, much less bogan.
Yep.
Naf did get knifed at spawn. Don't love that.
Love taps, remember?
Don't love that.
It's affectionate, Alex.
Yeah, well, there is an AWP on art, so let's see if he can raise the roof a little bit. Missed shot. Stewie throws off a speculative. Backing away, Art realizes that territory's about to be pushed. An AWP and Deagles. We've seen these kind of buys before. They've seen them pay off before, but this is a panic button hit by Furia. They have conceded, and I repeat, 8 rounds in a row. And Art's missed another. They've revealed the AWP in the battlefield, and Liquid will work with that for the mid-round. Liquid have got Naf up on Monster, and they start to gather towards that B side.
Now, I just want to throw a little bit of context in the mix here, Alex. Last time over at Blast, when these guys ended up at a scoreline of 16-13 on Overpass, it was a 10-5 first half in favor of Liquid on the T side. Once again, Liquid are having a phenomenal T half here. And struggle city for Furia, but there's hope. There is hope.
In they go. Grim finds one. Yuri, not bad with the snapping turtle. Only the one head above, though, is Henny. Serato won an ounce once more. They're backing away. It's getting awkward for Liquid here. They're just not winning their duels.
There's no time to bail out. The bomb's down on the side.
That's the last of the util, though, and they don't profit from it. Furia tuck in. And Serato with a clean kill. He's taken down Stewie. It was only Desert Eagles and AWPs. It's a good frag from Elige. How do they get themselves out of trouble? Henny spotted one on the cross, and Elige is hitting everything he touches. That'll bail them out. 9 found for Liquid, 9 in a row on their Overpass pick. They found an answer to this Furia problem.
Oof. Mate, that got dicey there for a moment. Around those smokes, that where Furia tends to do their best work, but you're right, Elige bailed them out. Now he's in the double-digit club. 14 for Twist, 12 for Elige, 10 for Naf. And there's the shots on the replay. Great stuff from Elige there. Needed a big performance in a dicey round like that one.
Now, Liquid... the shot towards Heaven's not easy to take, man, especially against the AWP. Brave stuff, important stuff.
We're getting a bit of another tech pause here, ladies and gentlemen, so we'll just fly you through this one. I don't think Free the Elves is getting much traction on Twitter anyway, Alex, but thank God they're already ready to go. So we'll get back into this one. Now, the point I was just making about the scoreline from Blast, if Furia walk away with 5 rounds and Liquid walk away with 10, both of them are going to be feeling pretty happy. Furia knows that they're able to have a decent T side themselves, and Liquid know with a 10-5 half, last time they were able to beat them. So that's setting the scene in a similar place as to where they were. It's just who's addressed and changed things in the second half of this game the most. Liquid should be feeling comfortable. I think that they've really done a great job of not allowing Furia to get away with any of these cheeky-beaky plays that we've been highlighting throughout the year that have been a strength for Furia. So on a map like Overpass, with all this utility, oh, this is the pace change. It looks like a fast B's coming in here. Liquid, do they want to really change the pace right now?
I mean,
they may as well. They're dictating this game.
They are. And I wouldn't be surprised if they could, catch a bit of flack. Nade landed. Art's already pushed Playground. They're going to be stacking this. Util deployed because of the comms. There's a lot of CTs here. How do they find the answer? Elige caught under the smoke. It's a massacre. Furia find 3. Stewie panicking, holding the flank. Good shot.
Great
Keeps
shot.
it alive. Naf's got full HP. He backs away. They will go for this. Strap yourselves in, folks. This was a 4v2. Stewie's caught the flank with a frag. Bombs loose on the site, but they got 60 seconds to solve this puzzle. Stewie and Naf essentially in a virtual escape room.
Any damage they do here versus Furia is great, even if they don't pick up the round. So Liquid, like you said, they definitely should go for this. They're operating with 2 more smokes after Naf's dropped out that one. And as they just let this clock run down, Furia have to start worrying about the flank coming in through A, down through CT spawn behind them. You can see Henny already having a speculative glance up towards Heaven.
Stewie's going to be the answer. He's missed his shot. That was his chance. Naf doesn't, though. A missed shot from Vinny is starting to fall apart for Furia. 30 seconds. That bomb can still go down. There's even a smoke on Naf. They're pulling the cord. They want to back away. Smoke deployed now. bomb likely planted. They are switching in, and what an angle! Using the barrel, Stewie hits it as well! Furia molding! That's a brutal 10 rounds in a row from North America's Team Liquid.
Oh dear. That was Furia's most convincing looking gun round in this stretch of 10 so far for Liquid. And they still pull that one off. And not only that, they obliterate Furia. There was no guns carried across. There was nothing saved. Naf and Stewie handled this so well. So cheeky.
Perfect.
Look at this buy. 3
kills. And look at the buy. You're bang on, Chad. That's a 4 FAMAS. Uncomfortable. In the best of times, and it's for the final round of this defensive half.
Only one player on Furia here with double digits, and that's Vinny. 10 to the name. Everybody else, struggle street. Art's taking a risk, of course. Can he get anything done here? Naf, too good. Look at that.
Ready. If he gets Yuri, I am done. I'm fully subscribed to the Naf fan account. That's nuts.
He doesn't have armor. Why doesn't he have armor? Why doesn't he have armor? Someone tell me.
Why has he not got armor? He's got 15 grand in the bank. It doesn't matter.
Come on, boys. Give him a chance.
What? Naf straight up just doesn't need it.
You heard about the Vinny 1-on-5, Alex?
You know, Chad, I haven't.
Well, let me tell you about it. Through the flames. Vinny now up through spawn. He's going to grab the first. The liege falls, but it's not this round, Alex. It was another one. This round's very important now for Furia.
Yes. Yeah, we should say it. We should. Otherwise, it doesn't. Otherwise, we don't know anything.
Well, all in all, if Liquid win this one, that should be case closed. And one of the keys for them is 2 smokes. One for Stewie.
Look at Nafly.
He's very aggressive. He's can have some company in a second, Alex.
Yeah, but he's paused. One tap.
Oh, the timing.
No info, that's a lot. Runs away, but he's going to get overrun. Trying to the feet. Unloads the full 20 bullets into his shins. And, well, this is going to be a fast one now, I imagine.
Oh, they have put the brakes on here.
Liege just gets charged on by Vinny, getting a bit sketchy now as he backs away. Art's already onto the A site. They've passed each other. Oh, damn, Liege, that's something. Can't find another. Furia can flood into A now. Who is that to receive them? It will be none other than Twists. Such a strong performance so far on Overpass. You need a couple more of those taps. Turns away just at the wrong moment. Cost him his life. Stewie's overwhelmed, and Grim the same. Only a Kevlar vest and 4 bodies to find. He does tap the first head. Would need many more. Flank potential. Starting to move, peppered from every angle, can't adjust, and that will be Furia's important pistol converted.
All right, well, I'm going to really pace myself here. I think Furia need to get us a couple of solid gun rounds underway before we can start questioning if they have any shot in this matchup. Liquid want to keep the momentum rolling. That is the first round since the initial 4 that Furia have won. So it was a 11-round stretch from Team Liquid, and finally Furia have been able to break that. And this force buy from Liquid, there's plenty of smokes in play. Naf immediately flashed off the line. He will have to reconsider going for a cheeky beaky deagle over the top of the cusp of the smoke there. But all in all, I think if Liquid can keep this one competitive, they're going to make sure that the pressure doesn't get alleviated from Furia at any point. If Furia start getting away with a couple of clean ones, you know, against this force buy, they're able to keep the lion's share of their members alive. They move forward, have a clean one against a full eco of Team Liquid. We were already speaking about how passive Team Liquid CT side felt against Na'Vi. I don't want to see that happen here again today, especially as the pressure starts to mount. So Yuri's going to be leading the charge here. He's got a leash down towards...
That's a freebie right there, isn't it? Previous frag. And the leash won't be taking that fight anytime soon. If he could just find Vinny, very quick adjustment from the Brazilian. That's going to be Furia. 2 opening frags in this force by Desert Eagle stack. Furia can go anywhere they want. If they gamble towards A, it looks like Furia can maneuver either way they want. It does seem like they'll at least get the fight they're looking for.
Yeah, the pieces are in the right place, but comes to the hitting their shots. Stewie immediately pre-fired, and Grim gets the trade, but that's all she wrote. Twist has been hitting some heads, but 19 HP, pinned on down. Art runs through him, and that's going to be the second on the board here for Furia. But within these 6 rounds, let's make sure we put this all in context. Furia won the first round of the CT side. They converted. Well, it looks like they're going to do the same here. So if they win against this basically eco from Team Liquid going into round number 18, the majority of the Furia rounds have come from the pistol, right? That's the flow and effects that we talk about. So It's not hugely convincing just yet, but at least they're able to add something to the tally to make it look a little bit closer. Now it's a faster paced round. Over towards B they go. Team Liquid have gambled incorrectly here. They've stacked over towards A. Furia have passed them like ships in the night. K-Serrata is the only player up close and personal. That squeaky door getting opened will be heard, but running through it, even with pistols, doesn't feel like the best of options. All right, well, this is just fortified for Furia here. They don't even have to overextend yet again. Just make sure you have a safe escape route. You've already started that bomb timer. 40 seconds has begun. And Liquid want to just take away a couple of these AKs, do some financial damage, or take something better through to the next round. It's just a matter of getting scalped here, and, well, Henny and Vinny have no dramas whatsoever doing that. I worried a little bit here, Alex, going into the first gun round for Liquid. That force buy of theirs means that they will be able to get the AWP out in the hands of Naf. He's being conservative with his cash. But I wonder if they want to go for something aggressive or if they want to let the game come to them. That's the question I'm asking here for Liquid. How quick do they want to try and close this one out? Do they want to see what type of pace that Furia comes with? Furia on the T side is where they get away with more of these risky, aggressive maneuvers, right? Pushing smokes at odd timings. Overpass is not the easiest map to get away with maneuvers like that, but they'll give it a crack nonetheless. Henny onto his AWP. He'll get a heads-up duel here with Naf if he's looking for it.
Bam. First shot's fired, he'll back away. Responsible for long now. 3 of them surging forward. Wow, Furia want to take this. And Naf, I don't think a smoke's quite going to cut it. A flash and aura. Ooh, needs to get into the site. They're going to run it. They have the bomb there on the back of Henny. Liquid have no one on the site. They've got 3 though, and Elige. Oh, Elige! The flank of a century! Look at this! Just like that, Furia have their pants pulled down to their ankles. Vinny's the one to do the belt back up. 4 versus 3 though. Damage inflicted by Elige.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well, this re-aggression mid-round from Team Liquid has been absolutely phenomenal. The fact that they were happy to posture forward like that and take space away, this is a different look already from the CT sides that they were showing against Na'Vi just 24 hours ago. K-Serrata has found some space here. There's still time to do this. He gets this kill. He should do. Twist goes down for free. This will force out a rotation of Liquid now. He can even deal with Stewie. The timing is almost on his side. Stewie silences K-Serrata, and now it's just Yuri. 2-on-1. Time to work with. Molotov over towards the site. I think it's going to have missed its mark. Nade in towards the pit as well. No one's home, Yuri. And Naf will silence there. That's 12 now for Team Liquid. Their first round here on the CT side, and it was the first gun round of this second half. So a very important round to be winning. Guns can be dropped across. Furia still managed to take 3, so cash a little bit skimp here. Shuri will just be down to that FAMAS. Furia didn't get the plant, but they will still be able to buy everything they need other than the AWP. Henny, he was short, and he's actually opted for the Krieg. Interesting. I've only seen a couple of players within the tier 1s dealing with this in recent times, not showing huge amounts of success. So let's see what Henny can apply with the once OP weapon.
Oh, smoke just did not work. He'll have to wait it out now, and a bit of a waste of the $300. K-Serrata, though, does take the control he was seeking.
Bit of posturing going on right here with the utility. So they did get the ground over towards sewer, but you can see on the radar in your top left that there's a clear indication that Furia want to send all of their attention over towards this B bomb site. There's nobody over towards playground, nobody over towards long, so they are susceptible to some pushes here. And now they're finally going back to take back space. So this is a key part of the map that Furia have identified they want to hold on to within the early stages. Now Art's trying to sell a bit of a fake over here towards A. Just throwing that late bathroom smoke. Tends to be thrown on a default round. A flash as well. That'll keep 2 players held on this site. Both of them flashed up there as warning shots ring out. And now on towards B. They're just trying to lurk in for a frag.
K-Serrata. Oh, that molly's not hit its mark. He pushes in and Stewie's head's gone. Problems now. Twist hitting shots, good shots on Monster, and look, there's knife out. Grim finishes the job. It's only Yuri, and that's done. Neon Tidy is the 13th spot on the board. Liquid only conceding 2. Twist with the double, keeps his head above water and keeps himself at the top of the scoreboard alongside Vinny on the other side of the server.
It's hard now for Furia. Very, very hard. Liquid are doing a great job of locking this down. 2 consecutive gun rounds has meant that Furia are going to be operating with very little going forward. Quesarado has bought into an AK here. And it's actually Liquid are the ones who are taking their timeout. This is their first timeout. And it's very curious that they're the one. I guess they're in touching distance right now of that magic number of 16. So a good time to take it. You have plenty of timeouts to work with. You may as well discuss your options and make sure you're prepared for whatever Furia might be throwing your way. Let the team know the importance of this round here. You can close this one out very, very quickly if you were to pick it up. We're looking at the 2,400 loss bonus going into the next round. So our eyes will be drawn completely on this Quesarado Hero AK. There's some light pistols around it, a little bit of utility as well, but all the focus needs to be on Quesarado for this one. Furia are relying on him to do the damage to Liquid, and it looks like it's just going to be a bit of a B play. Setting him up, that's the name of the game.
Now the smoke works. Quesarado charging. He wants to keep going. That's a good flashbang. They don't have the info. The molly's good, though. Damage in a HE down to half. Into the site, though. The spear is in. But how jagged of an edge does he have? It's nothing. Grim's taking him down, and the rest will fall.
Clean.
Look at that. Spotless Liquid Find 14. Their map pick is going swimmingly.
Should just be another janky buy here. Like, you take a look at what money the Furia guys are operating with, and they're going to take another timeout to discuss their options. I think this map is done and dusted. Team Liquid looking very strong here today. Very, very strong. Quesarado just down to a Deagle. AKs for the likes of Art and Yuri. Penny potentially going to have to opt into a Galil or a Scout here. They haven't even really been able to establish themselves. And this is one of those games where we get to the desk and we say, yeah, the game was more of a stomp than it looked like, and the scoreline could potentially be 16-7. This is just due to both pistols being the only real rounds that Furia have won here. They've only won 1 gun round in their 7-round stretch, and that was in the first half.
Everything else has just come off the back of the opening round. Okay.
Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear.
Well, Overpass definitely not their map. You've seen discomfort around the ranks of Furia on both the CT setups and now here on the T. Round 22, where they look to defend it. Quiet from Art, really not seeming to be the map for him. Trying to pull the strings though. Puppet Master, maybe he has to be working even harder on the microphone in circumstance like this. Wallbank's not far off. No one's gone down though. No damage inflicted just yet. Stewie taking a couple of blind shots through the board. Vinny up now towards the banana area. They want to aggress. And being held rather passively this round. You can see Elysian and Naf have got the responsibility of 8. Here comes the test. Vinny on his way up. Elysian might want to back into the site. Oh dear. Oh dear. Elysian's got the bad jump twice, but he's all right.
Yeah, and
now he gets a kick. That'll do. Elysian's playing with fire. Gets back into the site in time. 50 seconds. Here comes the push, and oh, Stewie just gives it to him. Walking in now. Naf wants to avenge his fallen comrade.
So many nades here on the site, but Naf's just standing tall in this one. And Furia, even though they're postured as a team, there's no way in. Oh, there.
Oh, Yuri's found a way. He's found a big way in. Great fragging over the edge of the smoke. Naf being pushed. Doesn't hit the first. Won't get a chance for a second. It's only Twists. This will be the second gun round we've seen from Furia converted.
Does he go for this, though? There's a bit of a... Oh, no, there's not. It can't justify this. If Twist goes for this and does damage, sure, that's great. But the bank right now for Liquid, it's in a bit of an odd spot. They're only going to get $1,400 going forward. So I think right now he's just going to hide in plain sight, see if he can do any damage on the way out the door. But with that bomb now well and truly ticked, I don't see how he gets back in. If he wants to go for a bit of a goblin defuse, it's going to be a risky maneuver as well. They're starting to back out of the site. It is a truck plant. Does he want a piece of this? Time's the question. He just has to save on to this.
No time for that. No funny business here from Twists. He'll concede. Henny was doing his due diligence, though.
All right, important round for Furia, but they need to replicate that, right? And you think they just kind of stayed and postured towards that A site until Yuri made a bit of a play around the smoke. You can see here he's kind of using it as a one-way, grabs that kill onto Elige. The second's even better onto Grim, tucked into behind the truck, and then dancing around the dice box. What are you meant to do if you're NAF? It's the AWP, it's close range. Gets overwhelmed, and there you go. Furia up to 8. Double digits is what we're looking for Furia, and if they can win this one, they break the bank of Team Liquid. That means they might be not done just yet. Smoke out towards playground. NAF aggressive. This is the same setup we saw on that first gun round. Elige posture with the AUG. NAF looking always flashed off the line here, so the space has been given up. Does he want to re-pick into it? Yes, he does.
2 cross long, he says, as he pivots. Elige, we saw the dank flank. NAF pulls first. Nice trade. Yuri gets 1. NAF, a sitting duck. Art pulls the trigger. Stewie trades again. Back and forth we go. It's an absolute brawl. Bloodshed all over the place. Twister and Grim partner up. If they could just find Serato, but he could find them both here. Will they do their due diligence? It's good shooting, good fragging. Furia convert the 9th. That's gun round starting to get strung together now.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, it's a very important round. The money for Liquid right now is in Squalor. It's that bin juice that we're talking about. It was only 1,900 with the 2 consecutive round losses here, and they will have to take a save or shove all into the middle of the table with a force buy. There's the fan cams again, iem.gg/fancam if you want to join in. With everybody supporting Furia right there. But it will just be this full eco from Team Liquid, and this time they're split up a little bit more. 2 players over towards A. We're going to get the triple boost right here coming into play. Twist on top of this totem pole. He's going to jump up when he hears them towards Sandbag, but Vinny's even ready for that one. Knows where 2 more players are now. Can continue forward. More frags for Vinny here as the B bomb site's being given up. Furia looking great for their 10th round. It would be a shame to see Liquid lose steam after the early stages of this game. They were looking very, very good. Clinical on their T side. Held Furia to just those 4 rounds. The patient play punishing the aggressive maneuvers, making Furia look janky on their CT side. And Elige, he's just going to chill out, I guess. Hanging out towards T-Spawn. Got that USP. Taking his hand off the mouse as well.
Vinny fancies the hunt.
22 for Vinny, wow. Ooh. Checking everywhere.
He's gonna find him.
Hello.
He is very spicy. I saw the replays. Saw a couple of the clips from their ridiculous play earlier in the tournament. You saw Vinny on Nuke doing ridiculous things. His crosshair does look clinical at times. So very excited to see more from him into the series. This is Liquid's pick first of the IEM Global Challenge group stage for their group. Liquid in the lowers. This is an elimination game. Furia sent here as well.
Look at this buy from Liquid. It's got 2 Famises in the mix and no defuse kits. We might get into a post-plant situation where that information will become very handy. Just see Liquid, once they get forced and flashed back by that initial default utility use, they're more than happy to play passive, right? You can see now both of them in the upper section of the bathrooms with that X-ray. And they're playing with each other. This is different from what we saw from Furia. They're a bit more split up with that Henny and Art defense on that A bomb site. And Furia taking their time. Very, very standard stuff. Art, however, is going silently for this clear. So this is dangerous. Oh, dear. I don't know if Elige saw him. He must have now. Yeah. He's just backed off.
Flash for the peak. No one's home. Naf fires off a warning shot. Art's got info.
He has a lot of space, so he'd have an idea that there's this 2 players over towards long. They've had to skedaddle back as well, so even more pressure being applied. And this is just 1 man. It's literally just Art with his utility, with his presence. Uh-oh.
Oh, this looks bad for Twist. He's so flashed. Here's the scope. He's got a lot to do here. Serato's pre-fire. Twist hits the shot. Backing away to short. He hears them. He's almost confirmed it. They're coming to his site. What's the choice? Adjust. Not well enough. Only Elige and Naf now. Furia can get the bomb down. It is Elige's chance, and he has found Yuri. Bomb's not there yet. It's loose. It's back at spawn. What?
20 seconds.
Naf can hold them at bay. Smoke's will make it in time.
Oh, there's another one.
It's found Elige though, and this all comes down to Henny's shot. He locks it down, and Furia, despite a bit of a sketchy situation with the clock.
Oh dear.
They get it though, and this is a T side to remember. Look at this. They've kept Liquid very honest.
Yeah, and once again, this is Liquid's money in a bit of a troubling spot. Next round, they will get that max loss bonus, so the buy in future rounds will be looking good. But this is similar scenes to how Furia found themselves unable to save guns, unable to be too dangerous to keep it where you can go for more of these dicier buy scenarios where you're rocking with a couple of rifles and a couple of SMGs. They just have to go for one of these flat pistol upgrades. Early Molotov towards Connector. That's going to hold back Elige's aggression. Vinny, quick about this, smoke and a Molotov to follow, so really just holding them at bay here is should be able to get sewer control. Looks like Furia are heading back towards A. The bomb's now pushing up through playground, but Elige wants a sniff of this.
Oh, a lovely shutdown.
Oh, how does he get both? Bloody hell, Queserato with the adjustment there. I thought Naf was good to finish that one off. The trade would have been there from Vinny, but Queserato staying alive. These clean rounds from Furia now. They're actually going to put themselves in the driver's seat. I know that the scoreline is favoring Liquid still, but the way that the money cycle in CS is going to work, if Fury even lose one and then bounce back with a round win, they can keep Liquid under the thumb for a lot of this. Complete control now of A, and Hart wants even more space. Twist is the last man standing, trying to nutmeg the smoke, and he might get away with it too.
Not to be. Vinny's found his 25th frag. He's got 25 frags, and he's got 70% of those as headshots as well. The dude is definitely looking ready and willing to push this into overtime at a minimum. Liquid, where are you? It's been now 5 rounds.
What's the stretch? Yeah, this is a decent stretch here. Look at the patches of rounds as well. 4 rounds, 11 in a row, 3 in a row, 3 in a row, now another 5 in a row. So Furia win this one, Alex, and there's no gun saved from Liquid. I think we should start to really worry about Liquid's chances in this map.
No doubt.
T-side double AWP.
For everyone. We got 4 AWPs in the server right now. And Stewie, haven't said his name in a while. Very quiet here on the defense, and he's aggressing a little towards short. They have connector.
How long does he want to wait around here for? It's a very good angle to get himself a cheeky pick and get away. Even gets to take that glance in the connector, but all the AWPs now just being allowed to work across the map.
You can hear Art. Fires off a shot. Stewie convinced Queserato's lurk. He's not wrong to do so. Chance here. Oh, he tucks in just to the wrong time. Vinny's out as well. Found by Grim's wallbang. That's Liquid's first blood, and now with 48 seconds, Furia, look how far away they are from the bomb. Like, they'll pick it up now. Where do you go? That's the Queserato lurk found.
Are they going A?
Frag, though. 30 seconds.
The bomb looks like it's heading B. That's in Henny's back. Like, they have to get a move on right now.
He's got a really big run ahead of him.
Is he going to make it in time?
Art's entry fragging. He has to. Oh no, 20 seconds, knife out, Henny. Queserato's got the frag though. No, he finds Art as well. Henny's still running, 12 seconds. 9. What do you do?
He has to save it now. What?
Don't die after time, Henny. 1. Baited. And dead. He's got plenty of cash, it's not the problem. But Liquid do find 15.
Oh, maybe some fumbles here with the mid-round decision-making of Furia. That was 2 rounds where we've seen the bomb get left very, very late. And I'm not sure if they're just relying on their individuals to go and find picks, but this is now the chance for Liquid to secure the map. I was starting to get worried, but, well, 15 to 12. That's the magic number. Just one more. Map number 1 will go to Liquid, and we've spoken about throughout the fact that Liquid have been winning the lion's share of gun rounds. It's only really been this last stretch from Furia that's looked dangerous. Both pistol rounds, conversions, and a timeout from Liquid here. Just discuss the options. Make sure you close this now. Don't allow this to get any closer. You're going to be feeling like you should have put this one in the bag a long time ago. It looks like Fury is going for the double AWP setup again. Liquid's money really on the cusp. And this is what I was talking about, winning that one round and getting reset, Alex. Right now, if Liquid lose this one, they're not going to have enough money to buy in that next round. And then maybe, just maybe, Furia can push this game on a little bit further. But it all starts here, round 28. Stewie's getting aggressive.
Bang. Vinny opens up the account for Furia, round 28. Double up T-side, and they've taken a prize fighter out of the equation. Stewie's gone.
He's even gone back, dropped that AWP, and picked up an AK. So Vinny was just using that literally for the opening of the round here, and it's paid off. 4v5, basically the entire round to work with. Oh, Art's trying to find the AWP now. Swapping it left and right. Juggling the guns, as it were. And Furia, with this number advantage, they could just group up, maybe bait out a little bit more utility from Liquid, and then group up and try and just go for an execute onto a bomb site as a team. I think if they get too tricky about this and they lose a pick on either side of the map, Liquid might have enough to close this one. If Gamble stacked over towards A, you can see Naf and Elige just ahead.
Oh, another Furia round, unless Grim could somehow deter them on his own. I mean, how is he supposed to do that? He's got no util. He's got a FAMAS. His teammates are pushing for info now, but it may be too little, too late. He needs to find 2 frags now. Spots 1. Oh, Grim, you've got so much work to do here, mate. 2 crossed. Henny posts up. Art's there, and that's the end of Grim. Is this the end of the round? It is. Twist gets caught as well before he can do anything else. Henny does get caught out. Elige will be happy to punish, and a molly on top of the AWP to stop preservation.
Okay, so they need to hold on to these guns. They need to give themselves as many chances to be dangerous going forward as possible. Liquid, you have to skedaddle. Hold on to this FAMAS. Oh, the AWP's even better. Get on out of there and just hold on to these guns. Because next round, with that $2,900 loss bonus, you're going to be looking at some pistol upgrades at best. So you can still be threatening, but having these 2 weapons left over means you can just be that little bit more. Sure, it might not be enough to get the round, but it might be enough to keep Furia on their toes. Don't allow them to have these rounds cleanly. 13 to 15 now, Furia. 2 more on the trot required. Take us to overtime here. We've already had an overtime affair today, and that was in our earlier series. Astralis versus Vitality. That was the world number 1 versus the world number 2, and Astralis did come out on top of that one to secure themselves a place in the playoffs, going up against Na'Vi tomorrow. Winner of this game right here, Furia Liquid, will be taking on Big, who are waiting for them in those playoffs as well. But hold up a second. Maybe I've mismanaged the money here. Guns are being dropped across. Liquid actually have a buy going. 3 FAMASes, an AUG for Elige. Utility is good. It's much better than I initially anticipated.
Okay. They want to close it. They want to close it right here, right now. A boost on the card. Stack nades from Furia, a possibility. Oh, no. Oh, no. At least 2. And that's the end of Stu. Grim is ringing down to 30 as well. Not the start they were looking for. They put all their chips into the center of the table. That's a big frag from Naf. Bails himself out of trouble with the incendiary. They found the equalizer, and it looks like Furia want to still press the issue here, Chad.
They're going into the Lion's Den here. Twist is very aggressive. Naf's there with the AWP as well. There is no rush on this yet again. There's a minute on the clock. Lots of utility. Double orbs entering into a site. I don't love it. I won't lie. But this is Furia after all.
It is.
Right now we've got Yuri trying to take a lot of space back, right? But when Furia split up in a lot of these rounds, this is where I get a little bit worried for them. Molotov to draw a rotation back towards A. I think that's working. If he finds this frag onto Elige, that's going to draw many more. And Yuri, he's come out on top. The B should be open now.
And B should be open now. K-Serata can walk in. It's only Naf.
Wait, Twister's on short. He could play spoiler.
Right. You're right. Shadow, knife out. Yuri executed. Naf has to just survive now. The team can rotate back. They're flooding into the site. Flash is good. Go down. Oh, no scope from Nafly. Needs another. Dropping down. Doesn't pull the trigger in time. It's only Twist. Hard shot. Henny over the smoke. Go again. Furia finding 14. It looked like this was Liquid's map all day, every day. But Furia have managed to really string together some momentum here.
Jeez Louise, we're close now, and this is the situation I thought where Liquid would have had a final full gun round for the last round of play. But by going all in with those Famis's in the previous, that means they only get that max loss bonus, and it's not enough. And this is how it all started. Stewie's invested. He doesn't even get to use anything. Completely dismantled just by HE's. Fantastic utility usage here from Furia. And now, going into the final round of play, Liquid have taken another timeout. They're discussing their options, but there aren't too many. There's going to be no AWP on the board. It's going to be light on utility if they want to go for M4s. Diffuse kits might be few and far between. What risk, what maneuver, what option can they go for now? Oh, bloody hell, 4 Famis's, 1 M4. Utility's decent. This is do or die for Liquid here. Once we get to overtime, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, man, this is the FAMAS. Last hope for Liquid to finish this in regulation. It's not pretty. South Americans have shown some real power here. A boost, I like it. Looking to shut down the short walk. How patient will Elige be? How paranoid of the party flank? They have to check it. Nothing. Stewie looking to join the group.
All it's going to take here is just one heroic multi-kill from a Team Liquid player, and they can secure this round 16. If Furia get a little bit skittish, if they leave that bomb behind, it might come back to haunt them again. We're a minute 10 on the clock. They haven't really taken too much territory, only now putting so much presence in connector, and Stewie's just on the other side of that wall. So many footsteps being heard here. This information alone is huge. And look where the bomb is still down. 57 seconds. They haven't put too much pressure on A yet. Art spotted one towards the site. They know they're working with a defensive setup. But if they rotate late through connector, Stewie could be absolutely clutch here.
Oh, no. Him. That's the first. Stu forced to watch now as overtime looms. Art's hoping Elige gets aggressive. Steps ahead, twists. So good. Does it again. Finds the head. But are immediately catching Elige. They're going back.
Again.
Naf would have to find Yuri.
Wait, is there even time for this? 25 seconds.
Doesn't matter if they frag him. Naf has done enough.
Oh my
19.
God, Furia, no.
Not like this. Where's the bomb going? 14 seconds. He's got time.
Oh my God. The race is on.
5, they can't deny it. Plants in the smoke, we go. 2v3. Furia are playing with fire. And Henny's holding this. No util. There's a flash of maybe from Naf. He can throw it from heaven. It's good. Henny's completely caught, but they don't convert the frag. He tucks in. 28 HP. Misses his shot. Deagle will work. Couple of wild shots. Liquid closing the gap. Where's the kit? There isn't one. Oh, overtime. Vinny just has to frag him. And he has the first twist. If he got the time. We go. Liquid have done it. GG's in the chat. 3 seconds to spare. Absolute pandemonium, but Liquid take their map pick.